Alright, gang, it's your boy Nature, aka Nature. Alright, so gang, we're back for another video. Alright, in our last video, we just ran over moving averages and what is a moving average. So in our next video, we're going to talk about our next lesson. We're going to talk about simple moving average, okay, and explain what a simple moving average is, also known as SMA. Alright, gang, so simple moving average, explaining. Okay, so simple moving average, SMA, is the simplest type of moving average. Basically, a simple moving average is calculated by adding up the last X number of periods closing prices and dividing that number by X numbers. Confusing? Don't worry, we'll make it crystal clear. Calculating simple moving averages, SMA. If you plot a 5-period simple moving average on a 1-hour chart, you will add up the closing period for the last 5 hours and divide that number by 5. Voila, you have the average closing period over the last 5 hours. String those average prices together and you can get a moving average. If you were to plot a 5-period simple moving average on a 30-minute chart, you would add up the closing price of the last 150 minutes and then divide that by the number 5. If you were to plot 5-period simple moving average on a 4-hour chart, okay, you know the picture, you get the picture. So most chart packages will do all the calculation for you. It does all the calculations for you. The reason I'm just telling you this so you can know how to calculate simple moving averages, and that is very important, to understand the information. So understanding how to use the indicator, what it means, how to adjust it, create different strategy for the market and environment changes. So now that you know about the Forex indicator, let's talk a little bit more about the moving average. Okay, so moving averages are right here. So this is the example right here on how to move of a moving average, a smooth moving average. Okay, so we have 3 different moving averages that's plotted on this chart. As you can see, there's 3 different moving averages. Okay, so they're all simple moving averages, which stand for SMA. So you have the 5 minutes SMA, the 30-minute SMA, and the 62. You have the 5 SMA, the 30 SMA, and the 62 SMA. So these are the last 5 moving averages over the last 5 in the market. The 30 minutes is the over the last in the moving average. It's a 30-minute moving average SMA, 30-minute moving average 62 SMA, and 5 SMA. Okay, so the 5 is obviously closer to the candles because the 5 is remember, the shorter the moving average is, then the quicker it reacts to the current price. Okay, and the longer the moving average is, and tends to lag. It tends to be smoother throughout price. It's smoother with price. And sometimes the short SMAs can sometimes miss the overall trend because they're so close to actual price. So sometimes that's why they use the 30 and the 62. We use the 10 SMA, or the 10 SMA or the 12 SMA, and we'll explain that. Okay, but in the example, you see the 5, the 30, and the 62 SMA. Alright, so on this chart above, we plotted different types of SMAs on a 1-hour chart. Okay, on a USD CHF, as you can see, the longer SMA period is more lag behind the price. It's more laggy. It's more slower to act to price. The longer the SMAs are. So notice how 62 SMA is further away from the current price than the 30 and the 5 SMA. Okay, so this is because the 62 SMA adds up the closing price over the last 62 periods and divided by 62. The longer period you see for the SMA, the slower it is to react to price movement. The SMA in this chart shows you the overall sentiment of the market, and at this point in time, here we can see that the pair is trending up. Instead of just looking at the current price of the market, the moving average gives us a broader view, and we can now gauge at the general direction of the future price. Okay, we can tell price is going up with the moving average. Okay, So it allows us to see the overall direction of price. Okay, so that's what the moving average does for us. With this, when we use this SMA, we can tell whether the pair is trending up, trending down, or just consolidating or ranging. There, there is one problem with the simple moving average. They are success, susceptible to spikes. Okay, to spikes, to fake outs, to false signals. When this happens, they give us false signals. We might think that a new current trend may be developing, but in reality, nothing changes. In the next lesson, we'll show you what we mean and also introduce you to another type of moving average to avoid those problems, okay? So in our next video, we'll discuss the next moving average, which is the EMA, the exponential moving average, and why that is different than the SMA. All right, so gang, I hope this helped. This is simple moving average. All right, so gang, it's your boy Nature, aka Nature. Gang.